Hey, Determined Destiny family, it's Coach Kevin coming back at you with another video for our exclusive members of the Determined Destiny family. I want to thank you once again for being a part of the Determined Destiny family and the movement that we're on to create better lives for our young men in this society. I want to encourage you to follow me at KTizzy09 on Twitter and Determined Destiny on Facebook. Look us up, follow us, become friends with us, be a part of the family in the social media world as well, and you'll continue to receive content that's valuable to you on a day-to-day basis. I'm going to be brief today. Today's video is about understanding your son's competitive nature. This is really going to be a really good video because it is going to help you understand that competitive nature that you see in your son or in your mentee, in your nephew, in your student on a day-to-day basis is actually a very good thing if cultivated and encouraged the right way. Understanding that as young men, we have been hunters and fishers and fighters and nowadays even gamers because of our competitive nature. We play these video games for hours. We go and hunt. We fight, UFC fighting. We do these things, we box because we're competitive people. We play football, we play basketball, we play golf, we play tennis. We participate in competitive sports because we're competitive people, because we have a strong desire inside of us to be able to say to another person, I'm better than you at that. And that's perfectly fine as long as we don't get to a point to where it's a negative in our lives and it creates some negative energy and causes us to be negative people within our competitive nature. So I want you to understand that all success is grounded and rooted in competition. That's what it's all about. But anybody that competes in anything knows and understands that you're going to lose sometime. If you're a competitive person and you compete, you realize that losing is a part of competition. You have to know what that losing feels like in order to desire that win. For me personally, I hate losing so much that it pushes me to want to win even more. So it's not that I'm just crazy about, oh, I gotta win, gotta win, gotta win. But I hate that feeling of losing so much that I'm gonna push myself to no end to ensure that I get that win. That's that competitive spirit that's within us that has to be cultivated in order for success to be produced in our lives. I want you to understand a couple of things. I believe that if you have a young man that's got a full competitive spirit, then he has the ability to change the dynamics of your family. I mean, let's think about this. If you talk about some of the great corporations of the world, of America today, you talk about Apple, you talk about Walmart, you talk about the NFL as a company, you'll realize that that whole thing is grounded and rooted in competition. When you talk about Apple, Steve Jobs created that company because he wanted to be the best. He wanted to produce a product that was better than anybody else's. You talk about Sam Walton as the creator and founder of Walmart, and how his desire to create a system of stores that was better than any other. But not only just their desire and their competitive nature to be the best, but think about how their competitive nature and their desires have transformed the lives of so many other people and caused so many other people's lives to be so much better than what they thought or expected them to be. So when I say that it is our responsibility to cultivate and encourage that competitive nature within your son, within your student, within your athlete, it's because I understand deep down, all success, all high levels of success are grounded and rooted in competition. So competition is a good thing. It causes us to learn how to be successful at different levels. So I want you to really think about that and really think about what's going on in your young man's life and how you can take advantage of that competitive nature that's within him. I want to go back to the point to where I emphasize that that competitive nature has to be positive, okay? Because it's going to create a level of self-esteem within your young man that's going to drive him for years and years to come. And it's going to help him understand that every failure is a learning opportunity. If you've been with this Determined Destiny family for any time, you'll remember a video that I did that was on failure is temporary. And you got to teach your young man that failure is temporary. It's the same thing with this competitive nature thing. Just because you lose once doesn't mean that you give up on all competition. We're going to teach our young men that losing teaches us how to win. And that's part of our self-esteem growth. And as we continue to grow in that competitive spirit, it's going to help us with our goal setting and help us to accomplish goals at a faster pace because we understand what it takes to be successful. This is some good stuff, y'all. I want y'all to watch this video once and then I want you to watch it again, because if you can really get some of these nuggets out of here and start to have those conversations and implant them into your young man, then you'll begin to see a growth movement in him and a determination in him to be successful, to be positive, and change his life. So I also want to talk to you about being competitive in school. You guys know I'm an educator, so I'm going to pull everything back to what goes on in the classroom, whether you're at an elementary level, middle school level, high school level, or the collegiate level. I want to talk to you about the competitive spirit that goes on within schools. So, once you get to high school and that GPA really starts to play a factor in what's going on with you college-wise, you begin to see that competitive nature come out in those kids because they understand that those grade point averages are tied to scholarships. So that's tied to money. So now we understand that competitive nature of academics and why it's so important that we excel in academics, not only in sports or not only in theater or not only in band, but you also have to excel in the academics in order to get paid, y'all. We're talking about scholarships. We're talking about dollars. We're talking about money. Being competitive is the root of success. Get that. Being competitive is the root of success. If you're a top 10 student and you're pushing and pushing to get up in the top 5 so that you can get more money, do it. Push, study, work at it. Don't give up. Compete at the highest level. It will pay off for you. The best competition that we can have is competition within ourselves. So we talk about the sports and being engaged with other people and competing with other people. But really and truly, the best competition happens within us when we're focused on becoming the best person that we can be individually. So I challenge you to take that competition against another person, against a team, against another company, and turn it inside out and say, what do I need to do to be the best person that I can be? So I compete with myself on a day-to-day basis. And I'm measuring how I was yesterday. And I say to myself, okay, I have to be better today than I was yesterday. That's internal competition that accelerates the success within us. Think about that. If you want to accelerate the success within you, create the internal competition that challenges you to be better from one day to the next. I'm Coach Kevin. I love competition. I love being focused on destiny and being determined about the destiny that our young men are going to have in their future. We want to create young men that can make good decisions, that have an environment and a mindset that they can be happy with because they're in control of their destiny. Determined destiny. We're here for you. Like I said, follow me on Twitter, follow us on Facebook, befriend us on Facebook. Let's continue on this journey together. It's getting exciting. I know you're seeing some changes in your young man. Reach out to me. Let's talk. And let's continue to work and grow together. Thank you for your time. Determined Destiny. We'll see you next time.